Hello everyone, welcome back to another anime episode review. I am the Rat. I'm joined as always by Kyle. Say hi, Kyle.
Hello, everybody.
Once again with The Rising of the Shield Hero Season 3, this time Episode 5, subbed Each of Their Paths. Kyle, what'd you think of this episode?
This is a very boring episode. I can't even play it up. This was a very boring episode.
You know,
This is
I will say there is one thing that happened this
it
episode.
has good moments. Don't get me wrong. There's stuff that I do want to talk about.
Yeah.
But like I would put this in episode 3 category, season 3, episode 3, where that one was also just very. It felt like it was very uneventful.
It's weird that because like so much stuff happened.
It
But
happened,
it felt like
but
basically none of it had like any. It's like, why do I care?
it did a lot of stuff that didn't feel very relevant. Like stuff that could have been the stuff that usually when characters give like exposition or explain things that happened or such, the stuff in this episode, a lot of it felt like the stuff that would be explained just in like basic dialogue, like, oh, we were gone for a bit, we did the stuff with getting the kids their classes, but we can get into more detail as we go there. Should we just go through the order of events?
Yeah, so basically we start off, we see Naofumi and them are leaving Motoyasu because he's a little obsessed with Philo, right? Kind of based.
Little weird, a little crazy for Philo. And all of a sudden, random goon number 87 and random goon number 88 show up and try to fight Naofumi and gang. And you watch that and you expect like, oh, okay, they're gonna get washed. No.
And then, no, they summon a meteor.
Yeah, one of them debuffs Raftalia and then says, yeah, we're able to fight Shield Hero Gang, just these two random jobbers, and one of them decides, yeah, I'm gonna pull a Madara, and they just pull out a meteor. Just because.
Like, okay, you know me, huge light novel guy. Like, I was like watching this, I was like, who the hell are these guys? I was like, I genuinely don't remember whatsoever. I had to look, and then like, and I couldn't find it, and I was like, what even is this? I kept watching, and then Sign shows up, and then they're like, oh yeah, the vassal weapon wielder from a destroyed world. I'm like, are they those guys? And I'm like, look, however they were described, okay, like maybe not this, what you call it. Their designs are so generic. Like,
no, like quite literally. Okay, look. When you have new characters introduced in a series that not like power scaling, but the characters do get progressively stronger. Like, because there is a level-based system, and mathematically they get stronger, right? If you want to have new characters that are going to start, being near the same level and like fighting Naofumi and gang, it feels like their design should at least be somewhat memorable.
yeah.
I mean, these were
literally just two jobbers, two random goons.
Black-hooded jobber. You worded it perfectly. Just these black-hooded jobber goons that show up and are able to go toe-to-toe. And for me, as someone who hasn't read the light novels, this is my first time seeing all this, it felt very... It was kind of like when the people kidnapped... like that group that kidnapped that tried to kidnap some of like Naofumi's like villagers in episode 3. It's like, okay, I don't think that they could. I don't think that they should be able to fight the other people that were there. But just here specifically, it was very random. And then also, Sign shows up and they fight, and then Raftalia is like, oh, when you debuff me, you got rid of my curse. Fucking what?
I mean, that makes sense. Where it's like he dispelled like magical stuff on her, so it got rid of her curse.
How have they not been able to get rid of their own curses then?
Well, I mean, look. Even looking at this from just the anime perspective, these guys are obviously something. Where, like, they're speaking of the cardinal weapon users of this world. They reference Sign.
They sure don't look like
destroyed
it.
Vassal 1 from yeah. They don't look it. Their designs suck.
They don't look the part.
But look, Kyle. Objectively, they are strong, and they possess weird magic. So, like,
okay, I'll I'll begrudgingly buy what you're selling. I'll buy it, but I'm
Like,
keeping
look,
my.
I mean, I am not a Shield Hero Glazer, Kyle.
No, I know you're not. I know
but
you're
also,
not.
I'm gonna appreciate what the episode. I mean, this wasn't like a shining moment from it, but it's not a flaw.
I'll keep the receipt, but I'll buy what you're selling for now.
All right.
And so, one other thing with the episode that seemed really weird was, like, okay, this was the start of the episode, right? Okay, so the start of the episode dealt with another world, like another, what would you call it, like a dimension, I guess, like another universe. What was the phrasing that they use? World. They bring up the fact that there's more than just 2 worlds now. There are multiple worlds, and the episode sort of proceeds to do nothing with that.
Yeah, no, so that's what I was gonna say with this episode as a whole. Is there's so much stuff happens in this episode. So little time is devoted to each. It's literally like the exact same problem I had with episode 3, where it's like these plot points, like they're not bad plot points.
Not on their own, but
like, they're not bad plot points. But no time is devoted to any of them.
They're all underbaked. Like, if they focused on 1 or 2 of them in an episode and developed them more. Okay, maybe I'm not a fan of the villagers or the kids or whatever. Or maybe I don't care. But maybe if a whole episode was dedicated to that, I might change my mind. But no, it just felt like, the snap of their fingers, like, okay, we got this one to do. And so like they dropped this pretty heavy bomb that signs from another world.
I don't think that this is like a big surprise, but this is a big reveal. Yes,
it is.
Sign is from a different world.
Like it.
Her world
really
has been destroyed.
Like
these 2 random guys know this, and somehow they're in this world. And Sign has been watching Naofumi from like the beginning. Like yes, like that is a big reveal.
It did not feel like
it's cool. I like it. I like the reveal. I like Sign. I like Sign a lot.
That's where my issues linger with it. What the magnitude of that reveal did not match to the build-up that was given to it. It's just these random guys show up. They're able to, just from my perspective, they just show up. They know all this information with some of the worst designs, and I say worst as in like completely unmemorable.
Lame, yeah. No,
lame,
who cares?
Lame jobbers. And then Sign's like, oh yeah, I'm from a destroyed world, and there's multiple worlds. They could have had something better to bridge that. Like, again, I really do think changing their designs would have like that would have been like the biggest.
It would have helped a lot.
It would have helped. I wouldn't be as offended by it as I am. And it's just like, okay, yeah, it's cool, but okay. They bring it up. It's a big thing that they discuss. Nope, that's done. They drop it. They move on to the next thing. Like,
hey, you guys want to go get your class ups, and we spend like 4 minutes on it, and literally nothing comes of it. Who cares?
It was so fucking. That's the worst part of the episode. That was so boring to have that reveal. Right, like I could have lived with the goon jobber designs if the episode was devoted to like, oh hey, you're from another world. Can we delve into that plot point of your character? And then Sign's like, yes we can, yes we can, however she would say it. But no, we pick up that plot point, we drop it like a stone in a river, and then we grab the next rock, and then we walk over to the river, and then we drop it, and we move on to the next rock.
Now, to be fair. In defense of the anime here, that's the way the light novel's written. Like, it's probably less jarring in the light novel. Like from what I remember of the light, like it's probably less jarring of a transition, just because we get more of Naofumi's internal thoughts and more of his conversations with everyone else. But to be fair, these plot points do come back. But the thing is, so here's where I'm going to not defend the anime. The light novel gives more details and stuff. So like with like the class up, right? The thing that I can say about that is it's like, okay, we get to see more of Naofumi's philosophy of like, kind of like what he did with Raftalia and Philo, where he's like, letting them choose their own class up for their lives, that kind of thing. Okay, cool. But at the same time, the only person that we know from this group that was getting their class up is Keel. And anime, like we know that Keel was Raphtalia's friend from season 1, like a while back. We know that Keel traveled with Naofumi a tiny little bit at the beginning of season 2. I can't even remember if they even adapted that, honestly.
I do not remember that. That sounded like news
other than
to me.
that, Keel has just been around. And then other than that, you don't know any of them. Like, even as the light novel reader, the only other one that I know is Emiya. But like they haven't, I mean, to say you just say focus, but it's like, I think that we would care more. You would care more in that, I even quote unquote know these characters. I don't really care. One, we didn't get to see what they Naofumi didn't even like be like, oh well, Keel chose this, whatever. It's like,
it just happened.
I think the anime shot itself in the foot by not establishing Naofumi's town and the people in it and kind of the structure of it. Like, it just exists, and like it's a big part of the light novel. Like it's his territory. Like these are characters. This is this
territory. No freaking
the characters
way.
of Shield Hero are here. And it's like the anime kind of shot itself because like, who cares? Like look, I don't know how much of a character Emiya was at this point, and honestly, I can't remember how I remember Emiya exactly, but I remember Emiya. Like, Emiya at some point does something. I can't remember what, but it's like, the plot point is there. I get it's like, okay, we're getting to see more of Naofumi's philosophy there, where he's like, choose your own path. Cool, sweet, awesome.
It doesn't go anywhere really. And I think another thing, like, they go to the weapon shop and it's like, oh hey, Keel wants to be your apprentice.
Not Keel,
sorry, whatever his name is.
It's the random guy who is the father of the mole girl from earlier, Emiya.
Oh, great. Yeah.
And him and the weapon shop guy used to train together.
And like, who
and
literally
the father is one of Naofumi's slaves in the village.
Who cares? I understand that with stories, right? Some characters are going to be more or less developed than others. But what is the purpose of having characterization or characters or things happening that don't go anywhere and don't matter? When you're writing a story, even if some things are more important than others, even some of the lesser important things in the story should still be relevant. A lot of this section did not feel relevant to me, the viewer. Like, okay, the beginning, right? We'll make fun of the guys with their designs, but that was at least relevant. That's a big deal. That's more world building.
Yeah, it has. It's quite relevant, you could say.
It's quite
relevant, you could say.
It's quite literally world building because it adds more worlds in, and we learn that one of them is destroyed. That's important. This doesn't really matter to me. I don't care about these characters. I'm not invested in them. The anime sure as hell isn't. Until now.
And it's like, look.
What is the point? I must ask.
At a point, you got to be like, look. Like, I understand, like, oh, it's, slice of life, right? We're seeing their daily lives. Like, look. I love Mushoku Tensei, right? I'm a huge Mushoku Tensei guy. Mushoku Tensei definitely has times where it's just slice of life. But, like, it's not slice of life like we're watching Rudeus wipe his ass for 5. It's slice of life like Rudeus is like, yeah, this morning I went here, and then I went here, and then I ate lunch with this guy.
No. Here's
like,
a good example.
We get to see like where everything is like built towards, and like, yeah, no, we're just chilling. But this, it's like literally the 2 scenes of like the class up and the weapon shop guy could have been summarized by Naofumi narrating, being like, group of the villagers got classed up, Keel went with this, Emiya went with this. It was good to see them choose their own path, like I did with Raptalia. Maybe have a little flashback to him telling Raptalia that. You get the exact same effect, and it saves time. You could also be like, then we went to the weapon shop guy to see what shields he had. He was still working on it, but we dropped off one of the slaves of the village who actually used to know him to train under him to be into black. like you can have world building like that, right? You know, it's an alive world.
Now you allot your resources and how you portray it in the anime, or
Exactly.
originally light
It's like,
novel, but as an anime only, I can only speak on the anime.
You can use your time and effort to achieve the same results. Like,
Yeah.
right? You know, I've read the light novels, right? As much as I can say it, world building, like the little slice of life moments are a big part of Shield Hero. And like the anime I just didn't do them right this episode.
No, it really didn't. If this were Mushoku Tensei, it would be like 5 minutes of Rudeus talking to students that he knows that we see once, never see again. And it would be him going to the kitchen and being like, "Hello, head chef. This particular student here would like to work under you in your kitchen." And then we never see that character again. It's like, what? Why did you show me this? What is the purpose of this? When Mushoku Tensei focuses on its world building, specifically like at the school arc, for example, that stuff is relevant. It becomes relevant later. It's Rudeus' friends. It's showing his lifestyle. It's showing how he's getting back up from negative to a more positive space in life. Some things are more like Banana Hoshi. That stuff happens at random.
My beloved.
But I don't know her fully yet, so I can't comment on her. But
yeah, no, I like you can make having a lot of characters work.
You can.
Like you can do that, but like you can't dedicate 3 minutes of screen time each episode to a character. Like that's not how you build. There's very few characters that can be built up like that.
Okay, here. Like for example, right? If this were an episode about Naofumi, Raphtalia, and Philo for like 3 minutes of it was them leveling up their classes, I would care more because these are more prominent, relevant characters, and a class change is important for them because it might affect the way in which they fight in combat, and we're going to be seeing them in the future, and that is important. That is relevant to me as the viewer. That middle portion just wasn't. And it's especially worse when the episode doesn't have its focus aligned. It picks up the plot line of, hey, there's worlds. Let's just not worry about that now. That doesn't seem too important. And then they pick up this one like,
worlds. Oh, let's go class up. Oh,
guys,
let's
look,
go visit the weapon shop.
I know we just confirmed that there's other worlds. Let's watch children get pre-jobs. I like that idea. Fucking whatever.
And then
it's boring. Let's move on.
And then Claire comes up is like, hey, Naofumi.
Another plot point.
Well, Naofumi tells Claire like, hey, you're stupid. You're an idiot. About $1,000.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Which is okay, cool.
That's
I like a Claire for like the 2 scenes we've seen of her in the anime. Oh, I like a Claire.
And then we see Full in Alta training, and that was cool to see. I
liked that.
It's important because these characters are important, and there's hints and suggestions that these characters are going to be very important.
I wonder what one of the hints is. Wonder if it's me saying that Atla is my favorite Shield hero. That Full is the only character Naofumi has ever made a romantic gesture towards, as well as the only character Naofumi has actively attempted to have sex with.
No, the one that gave it away is when we first saw her. You went. I think that's what gave it away.
You think that's what gave it away? That's crazy.
I think that's no, but even like in universe, this episode where later we see the queen talking to Trash, and Trash says like, oh, he comments on them and says, oh, she looks just like her or something. Like that in universe, that's some more
interesting
building blocks that are added to the Lego set. That's important and that's relevant to me, the viewer. That's important. That's going to come into play later. And then the third plot point for the third major one for the episode is we're going to go hunting, and not just any hunting.
There's a prison that was destroyed when the spirit tortoise came through this region, and it housed prisoners, and most of them died, but some of them lived. And they were members of the 3 Heroes Church, and they were the ones who attacked the village then also there are some out there and they're bandits, and there's one really strong bandit leader. And so now Fumi's like, okay, let's get the crew together. We go out, we see Full and Atla, which is cool. I liked it. We got to see Atla. Like she saw the old lady use a Hengen Muso technique on Full, and then just immediately copied it afterwards, which I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm biased.
This last third of the episode was the most interesting to me because it's like, okay, we're gonna do a little bit of training. We're gonna split up into some groups. The bandits don't like attacking, or the leader is smart. He's not gonna attack a big group. He'll attack, they attack people who are split off from like main groups. So they bring, Keel, Bull, Atla, the main three, Eclair, and then Raf-chan. Is that it? Is that everyone?
Yeah.
Oh, the green hair girl.
Oh yeah, Rushia is there too, isn't she?
Rushia continues to exist. Anyway.
She sure does.
So they split into groups. The animation doesn't exist for a few seconds there, where characters are talking over stills. Now Fumi's alone, and Raf-chan notices something. He follows Raf-chan, and it's Motoyasu fighting Ren, who's wearing this weird mask.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I assume he's the bandit leader. I assume that at this point. I don't know. But anyway, that's where the episode ends. Like I said, the last third was better than the first two plot points, like the two major things, but that's not really saying much. Yeah,
I mean, my favorite part of the episode, everything was Sign. Really like Sign. You mentioned you don't like her voice. I think it's cool.
I don't like it simply on the premise of when it first happened, I thought my mic was broken, or I thought my audio was broken.
Curious.
Yeah, my favorite part of the episode is when it ended. Woo, that was a good ending. But nah, so far, if I had to have a hypothetical scoreboard, it's 3-2. It's winning more than it's losing. But yeah. Episode 3 and episode 5, okay, because the big difference between those episodes compared to the other ones is the other episodes focused on like a plot point or two. Like episode 2, for example, focused mostly, and I'm not saying it was a good episode just because it's fighting, not just a big dumb shonen guy, but it had its focus.
Yeah.
It focused and it did what it set out to do. Instead of having like episode 3 where a lot of stuff happened, or this episode where it felt like it was speed running what it wanted to show.
Plot points weren't like connected.
No, they were very disjointed in a way. Like, okay, last episode, I'm trying to remember what happened in the first half, because the second half I know. What happened in the first half of last episode again? I'm putting you on the spot. Fake fan?
What happened in the second half of last episode again?
First half.
No, I'm telling you. No, I need you to jog my memory.
Okay. Second half is when they went to they found Ren with Beach, and then
they did do that. What was the first half?
We're professionals here.
I think the first half had Sign in it and her like in the village, and then they went off and talked to the queen, and then they found Motoyasu and everything.
Okay, yeah. At least with Sign in the village, that made enough sense. And then the stuff with the queen naturally led into them looking for Ren, because I remember it was
well, they were looking for Motoyasu,
and it was Motoyasu who went to the girls' place, and then I remember now. All the stuff that happened was relatively connected, and it flowed well. These felt like 3 different like mini episodes, and I don't like that feeling.
And that can work. Like,
oh no, it can, but it didn't work here.
Yeah, but it didn't. Like, okay, we could sit here and compare it all night, but it's late for us. Asleep.
Yeah, we could always talk about this more next time with the next episode. Hopefully it's better, but I'll end it off by saying it was a boring episode, and I wish it would have been handled better. I think what they could have done, right? Here's what I'm thinking. First half of the episode should have been more focused on there being multiple worlds and stuff with Sign. Give those two drip. Give them Jordans. Give them the drip. Make them
at least make their black cloaks like. Look, okay. If the point is they're trying to not stand out, okay, whatever. Well,
give them dark. Give them like
another thing is, and this is kind of like Shield Hero itself, and like I don't really get to this because I could talk on long. It's not even bad yet, but yada 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 yada. He's yapping. I'm yapping. Got my degree from the degree of University of Yapology. They talk like every other villain in Shield Hero.
Oh, they do.
Oh,
give them
Shield
different
guy,
manners.
you're bad. I'm gonna cream your pants. You're so
give them
you're so stupid. You're so strong.
I don't know.
Hey Kyle, let's not get crazy. Let's not ask too much of a Shield Hero author.
That's true.
Coming up with interesting personalities or unique personalities for villains. It's way.
I know. I'm asking. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we had the first. Is this what I think it is? Is this the first ever speed run of the 5 stages of grief on the Rat's Nest?
Why is it too much to ask for?
Is he bargaining right now?
Just give a villain a different personality, please. Just give one of them a different personality. I'm begging you. They're all the same. There's not a single one that's different, Kyle. They're all the same.
Well, I think we might have
better.
I think we might have.
They're all the same. They're all cocky bastards who, at the end, say, "Oh, wallahi, I'm finished. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry." Every single one. It's all the same. There's no variation. They're all the same. No, and I don't care about any of them. I don't care about a single Shield Hero villain, Kyle. That kills me. It kills me. They're all the same. Like, look, like I'm not exaggerating, Kyle. You have to believe me when I say they're all the same.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm mortified. I'm scared right now.
There's a cookie. It's a cookie. It's not even a gingerbread cookie cutter. It's a circle. It's so lame. I don't care. 20 volumes of writing, and there aren't 2 villains. There's only one. There's only one villain in the entirety of Shield Hero. 20 volumes. Do you have any idea how much that wears on a man's soul? It's all the same. It's all the same. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters. The writing. Why? It's all. They never grow. They never grow and change. 20 volumes. 20.
Brandon, you're scaring me.
It's not gonna change. We're gonna get to the final boss, and it's gonna be the exact same. It's gonna be the exact same, and now Fumi's gonna go, man, that sure was an edgy adventure in another world, and Raftalia's gonna go, oh, now Fumi-sama, and Philo's gonna go, Philo's hungry, and Noota Yasu's gonna go, Philo-tan, and Ren's gonna go, no, Fumi, thank you, and Itsuki's gonna go, yeah, justice, and then Risha's gonna go, fair, and then Eclaira's gonna go, yeah, we sure showed them, and then Foal's gonna go, now Fumi, remember that time you tried to have sex with me? Oh, they're all the same. There's nothing unique about any of them. Why? Shield Hero used to be so good. It used to be, it has so much potential. It's all the same. There's no, the cooking arc. I don't care about any of the villains. Scooby-Doo villains have more complexity. At least I care who it is under the mask. At least they have fun character designs. I don't care. It's all Oh, Kyle, it's so bad. It's so bad. You don't understand how bad it is. I hate it here. I hate it here. I want to go home. I need to read some Mushoku Tensei. I need good character writing again. Oh no, Kyle. You don't understand. It's so bad. It's so unbelievably bland. It never gets interesting. It never does. It never gets interesting. It's the same villain. Oh, I hate it. Well, if you're this far in the episode, then obviously there's something you liked. So make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling us what your favorite part of this episode was. I really enjoyed the stuff with Sign. Thank you all for watching. We hope that you all enjoyed. See you all next time. Bye-bye.
Should have saved this for an episode with an actual villain in it.
There isn't one. Say bye, Kyle. Let me end the episode.
Bye.